Ash Ketchum sets foot on the beautiful islands of Alola, and he notices that everyone here is super friendly and warm and jolly, but not everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats because the Edgelord has arrived. This is Complete History, where we tackle the entire story of various trainers and Pokemon throughout their time in the show. In this video, we are breaking down the complete history of Gladion, from the day he debuted in the Sun and Moon series, up until his final moments in Pokemon Journeys. Gladion and his Umbreon are just minding their own business when Team Skull demands that they take his Umbreon. Seriously, look at him. Is this the kind of guy you want to mess with? Not smart, Team Skull, not smart. Obviously, Gladion easily cleans him up with just one move from his Midnight form Lycanroc. Gladion's dominance has spread exponentially, as word on the street is that there's a mysterious powerful trainer with the Lycanroc in town. Later, Ash witnesses Gladion and Lycanroc battling and defeating a trainer and his Blastoise. Ash quickly approaches Gladion, clearly wanting to battle him. At first, Gladion declines Ash's proposal to battle, but then changes his mind. It is also here where Gladion is revealed to actually be Lily's older brother. She observes that Gladion has changed a lot. After all, it's been quite a while since they last saw each other. But why? Why hasn't Gladion been interacting with his family recently? Why does he feel distant and guarded? Well, that's not always the case. You see, as a kid, Gladion is quite jolly and energetic. He loves Pokemon, enjoys playing with them, and even training with them. One day he found this injured Eevee and helped bring it to Nurse Joy for treatment. His kindness had allowed Eevee to trust him, and they have made an unbreakable pair since then. When his father Moan mysteriously disappeared and he was believed to be dead, Gladion remained close with his family. But during an incident in Aether Paradise, Gladion witnessed Faba's experiment as he's trying to unlock an Ultra Wormhole. This experiment had caused Lily to get attacked by a Nihilego, but luckily Type Null, a Pokemon created by Faba to fight Ultra Beast, rescued the little girl. After Faba placed a restraining helmet on Type Null's face, Gladion stole this Pokemon with hopes of freeing its face and saving it from Faba's evil research. During this time, Gladion gave Type Null the nickname of Silvally, short for Silver Ally. Gladion concludes that his mother Lusamine had something to do with Faba's research, so he started distancing himself from his family. He also blames himself for this incident, which caused Lily to develop a deep trauma of touching Pokemon, and he promised himself that he will grow stronger so that he could be capable of defeating Ultra Beast and protecting Lily. Back to the present, Ash and Gladion have their first battle. It's Ash's Rockruff versus Gladion's Lycanroc. The rivalry is clear from the start as Rockruff aims to outbrawn its evolution. Unfortunately, their battle is interrupted by Team Rocket, so they're gonna have to finish their battle some other time. Throughout his journey, Gladion would often find himself calming Silvally down because it often feels distressed with its helmet. Sometimes Silvally would feel uneasy in the presence of an Ultra Beast, such as when it detects Nebby's arrival in Alola. After all, Silvally was created to battle Ultra Beasts. In his second battle with Ash, he sends out his Silvally against Ash's newly evolved Dust form Lycanroc. It's Ash's first time seeing the strange Pokemon actually. Silvally's interaction with Nebby leads Gladion to conclude that Nebby may be an Ultra Beast, which we now know is true. During their battle, Lycanroc doesn't really stand a chance against a legendary Pokemon, so Gladion's Pokemon are clearly stronger than Ash's at this point. Gladion is a serious and reserved person who usually prefers being by himself rather than socializing with others. But despite that, Gladion deep down is a loving brother and child, and he would do everything to protect his family. Additionally, his bond with his Pokemon is so strong, as shown in his way of ensuring their well-being after their battle, or when he trustfully lets them battle on their own without his command. One day, just as Lily is able to overcome her fear of touching Pokemon, she accidentally sees Silvally, causing her to uproot traumatic memories of her past. This leads her to be scared of touching Pokemon again. Gladion blames Ash for allowing this to happen, and as Gladion is distracted with his anger, Faba uses the opportunity to attack him and steal Silvally back. Gladion then informs Lusamine about what happened, who is actually ignorant of this whole Faba situation. Together, the mother-son duo go after Faba. This guy, not wanting Lily to remember more of her memories, which could actually lead to unearthing his evil plans, attacks the little girl. Luckily, Silvally evolves, removing its mask, and once again saves Lily from the hands of Faba. Unfortunately for them, Faba manages to open Ultra Wormhole, summoning a Nihilego. Despite their efforts of battling the Ultra Beast, Nihilego overpowers them, capturing Lusamine after she tries to protect Gladion. Nihilego takes Lusamine back into its world, and now both of Gladion and Lily's parents are gone. With the mission of rescuing their mother, Gladion and Lily travel to the Altar of the Sun to find some clues on locating Lusamine. Here they battle Totem Komodo and its family. Gladion, with the help of Lily, smartly uses the fairy memory to transform Silvally into fairy type and defeat the pseudo-legendary. Ash and all of Lily's classmates have decided to help find their mother, and soon Nebby evolves all the way into Solgaleo. This good boy brings them into an Ultra Wormhole, where they finally discover Nihilego's world. But Nihilego isn't one to take lightly. It uses Lusamine's Pokemon as minions to stop the kids on their tracks. Gladion is forced to battle Absol, the Pokemon that he and Umbreon were training with when they were little. Gladion knows this Pokemon very well, and with the help of a fire memory, they do come out victorious. Next, they utilize the Steel memory for Silvally to be immune to this pool of poison that they're traversing to get closer to Lusamine, who we now see is fused with Nihilego. Gladion manages to make a distraction, giving Ash the opening to destroy Nihilego with 10 million volt Thunderbolt. With that, Lusamine and her Pokemon are unshackled from the powers of Nihilego, and they all return back to Alola. Seeing Pikachu's incredible use of a signature Z-move, Gladion decides to join the Island Challenge with the hopes of collecting more Z-Crystals and further enhancing his Z-move skills just like Ash did. Soon after, Silvali's Spidey senses have been triggered once again as it detects the presence of another Ultra Beast. Gladion decides to join the Ultra Guardians to investigate. His right Pokemon is a Noivern, which is a Pokemon that fits him pretty well, I'd say. They travel back to the Altar of the Sun, where they activate a device that opens an Ultra Wormhole. Out comes a distressed Lunala, who is being chased by a Necrozma. Necrozma's presence has started to affect the adults of Alola, as their energy starts to go down. They figure out that Necrozma is trying to drain Lunala's Ultra Aura, so Gladion and the Ultra Guardians do their best to protect the Moon Pokemon. Team Rocket's Matori Matrix gets involved in the whole chaos, wanting to capture Necrozma, Lunala, and Nebby for their own benefit, but Gladion and Ash work together to stop them and retreat their operations. However, Necrozma manages to get to Lunala, and they fuse to form Dawnwing's Necrozma. Nebby does its best to free Lunala from the possession of Necrozma, but this time Nebby is the one that gets possessed, forming Duskmane Necrozma. Duskmane Necrozma escapes through a wormhole, leaving the Ultra Guardians lost. But for now, they first have to treat Lunala's health, but then suddenly the energy from their Z-Rings allows Lunala to heal completely. With Lunala back in shape, it takes the Ultra Guardians to an Ultra Wormhole and into Poipol's world. It is here that they discover that Necrozma is the blinding one from the legends, and it's only doing all these things because it lost its light trying to protect Poipol's world from a meteor. Lunala goes to face Duskmane Necrozma, but is clearly no match against the fused legendary. Gladion initially wants to brute force battle Necrozma to save Lunala and Nebby, but the group comes up with a different plan. In order to both free Nebby and give energy to Necrozma, the Ultra Guardians aim their Z-moves against it. However, it still isn't enough. They clearly need the help of other people, and so they contact Lusamine about this. And paralleling what once happened a long time ago, all of the people of Alola help Nebby and Lunala restore Necrozma's light. This releases Nebby from Necrozma. Finally, Lunala gives Gladion a Lunalium Z, and they unleash its signature Zoo move, menacing Moonray's Maelstrom, teaming up with Ash and Nebby. Necrozma's light has finally been restored, Poipol's world goes back to normal, and the Ultra Guardians travel back to Alola. Gladion continues his trial challenge expeditions, but this time he's in Pony Island. He aims to battle Tapu Fini, but instead it's Ash who shows up. They engage in a mirror match between Lycanroc and Lycanroc. Ash's Lycanroc tries its best to overpower its senior, but Gladion's Lycanroc uses a Dragon Z move, winning the battle. That's too low for Gladion. Will Ash ever come around to defeat him? Fun fact about Gladion's Pokemon is that everyone besides Silvally has a moveset where no two moves share the same type, which I think is a cool fact and a testament to Gladion's ability to diversify his Pokemon. And also ironic because Silvally is supposed to be the Pokemon that can change types, yet it's the only one that doesn't have this distinction. In one of the most tear-jerking episodes in Pokemon history, Gladion finds himself enshrouded in a mist created by Tapu Fini. The Guardian Deity wants to give them an opportunity to see their departed loved ones, and one more time, Mallow gets to reunite with her mother and tell her I love you. Torracat is able to see its friend, Stoutland, and even learn a new move. For Gladion and Lily, they seek to meet their father, Moan. However, Moan is nowhere to be found in the mist, which means only one thing: he is actually still alive. Well, this changes everything. Now Gladion has a new mission of finding his father. He makes his way to locate Moan Zoroark, his partner Pokemon, knowing that the Illusion Fox Pokemon will serve a big help. And with that, Gladion adds Zoroark to his team. Now it's time for the first ever Alola League. 151 trainers signed up for a chance to become Alola's first champion. But before that, some grunts of Team Skull work to sabotage the league. Good thing Gladion is there to effortlessly deal with them though. The first round of the Alola League features a battle royale where all 151 trainers engage in a bloodbath, and the final 16 left standing move on to the next round. With Silvally by his side, Gladion defeats a bunch of trainers, and even though he faces Ash at one point, they walk away promising to meet each other in the finals. Gladion manages to make it to the top 16 alive, along with all the Ultra Guardians. In the first round, Gladion is faced with none other than his own sister, Lily. Lusamine is proud that her two children have grown to become competent trainers to reach this point, but despite Lily's smart usage of Pokemon knowledge and being able to defend Gladion's moves, it is Gladion and his Umbreon who end up winning the battle. Gladion then battles James in the top 8. After unleashing the Z-move Continental Crush to counter Marini's Black Hole Eclipse, Lycanroc proceeds to finish off the battle, advancing Gladion to the semifinals. And this top 4 is stacked. Ice Cold Gladion is matched up against Fiery Kiawe. Both trainers dream of battling Ash in the final round, but only one of them will have the pleasure of doing so. Before their battle, Gladion comes across Mimo, Kiawe's little sister, who's getting pestered by Team Skull grunts. He rescues the little girl from trouble and walks her back to safety. During this time, the big brother in Gladion is reminded of Lily when he sees Mimo, and Mimo thinks that Gladion is super cool, just like her brother. The 2v2 battle starts with Lycanroc versus Marowak. Both trainers aim to give a great performance considering their sisters are both cheering for them. Lycanroc takes the first win, but it is then quickly taken out by Turtonator. As for his last Pokemon, Gladion goes with Silvally. Gladion always does a great job of using Silvally's RKS system ability defensively, as he quickly throws the Fire Memory to lessen the damage dealt by Inferno Overdrive. This allows Silvally to land the finishing blow, earning Gladion a spot in the final round. Here, Gladion faces Ash. It is said that whoever wins this battle becomes Alola's first champion. Furthermore, the winner also gets to have an exhibition match with the Max Royale. Just from this information, the winner was already pretty obvious, like what business does Gladion have with Kukui? Anyways, the individual matchups in Ash vs Gladion are some of the best. It starts off with a battle between the legendary Pokemon Silvally and the mythical Pokemon Melmetal. Wielding a fighting memory, Silvally prevails in this once-in-a-blue-moon battle. Ash then sends out Pikachu. Honestly, Gladion should have given Silvally a ground memory because all of Ash's Pokemon except Rowlet are weak to ground. Silvally may be a legendary, but Pikachu's agility and out-of-the-box battle tactics even out the score. Lycanroc is next. It's a Lycanroc that can use Night Daze? Of course, this is just Zoroark in disguise. Zoroark traps Pikachu with Never-Ending Nightmare, causing Ash to use Breakneck Blitz of all Z moves, countering Zoroark and ending the battle in a tie. For some reason, both trainers burst out laughing after complimenting each other's late battling skills. It's interesting because we never got to see the side of Gladion up until this point. When they finally caught their breaths, they resumed the battle and the final match is Lycanroc vs Lycanroc. Ash's Lycanroc would only dream of defeating Gladion's Lycanroc, one who he looks up to and sees as a rival. And that dream is about to come true. Both Pokemon strike each other with their powerful attacks, as neither side is giving in. Ash calls for Accelerock, so Gladion instructs his doggo to use Counter. And this is his biggest mistake, as Ash manages to hack the game mechanics and use Counter against Counter, knocking out Gladion's Lycanroc, giving Ash the champion title. You know Gladion is an incredible trainer when Ash needs to come up with 3 whole big brain plays just to defeat him. Gladion may have not won the league, but he at least had a great battle that will be remembered for the rest of his life. He then later helps Alola win a bunch of Guzzlord come out of Ultra Wormholes. In the end, Lily awakens Magearna, and this Pokemon acts like a compass towards Moan's location. And so Gladion, Lily, and Lusamine embark on a journey of finding Moan, with Gladion promising Ash to battle each other again someday. Fast forward to the next generation, and it's Pokemon Journeys time. Gladion and his family are getting closer and closer to finding Moan. They are led to this cabin at the Crown Tundra in the Galar region. Living in this cabin is none other than Moan. The family quickly rushes to give him a hug, but Moan seems to not recognize any of them. Turns out Moan has been living with this shiny Nihilego whom he thinks is his daughter Lily. Lily, no not this Lily, but this Lily is overprotective of Moan. After rescuing him in the Ultra Deep Sea, Lily has been tending to Moan and started off to gaslight him into thinking that he was his own daughter. But when Gladion gives a mirror to his father, Moan sees his own reflection for the first time in years, causing all of his memories to come back. He now remembers everything, his wife, his children, and himself. Seeing as his family has reunited, Lily the Nihilego decides to leave, but Lily the human tells us to please stay as thanks for saving Moan. With that, Gladion catches Nihilego, giving the Ultra Beast a permanent place in their family. From hating Ultra Beasts to now owning one, Gladion has come a very long way as a character. He really is a good Pokemon trainer, a good brother, a good son, and a good friend. Soon after, the Alolan folks host a grand party to celebrate Moan's long-awaited return, as well as the return of Alola's first champion. For the main event, Gladion, Ash, Kiawe, and Kukui all engage in a battle royal. Gladion decides to use Lily in this battle. Albeit strong and deadly, Kiawe is able to take advantage of an opening and settle the score with Gladion as Marowak deals the fatal blow on Lily. This makes Gladion the first person to be eliminated in the battle royal. He would then go to cheer for Ash, and later we see Gladion carefully watching Ash's battle against Leon in the Masters 8, still being the ice-cold edgelord that he is. He's a very unique character and rival, one with the Tsundere archetype, something we don't often see in the Pokemon anime. He is someone who pushed Ash to his limits, giving us a satisfying end to the Alola League. Gladion is a little underrated, especially compared to Ash's other rivals. His team is like one of the best of any rival, as every single member is significant with zero filler. He's also got a very complex character development from start to finish, and his relationships with his family and friends are unlike any other. You guys voted for Gladion last time, so make sure to vote in the poll so you can decide which character history we're going to cover next. Thanks so much for watching, but as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.